What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after week 3 of the preseason and year number 6 of our Columbus Aviators franchise, where the Aviators picked up a win against the Washington Redskins to move to 2-1 on the preseason. It was a defensive battle, and we're definitely going to be looking for the offense to get their legs back under them a little bit more in week 4 against the Falcons. But first, we have some decisions to make. Cuts need to be made, and this is going to be difficult because really, at this point, we have grown an attachment to every single player on this roster, and it's tough. You don't want to lose anybody, you know? You really come attached to some of these players over time, and it makes decisions difficult. But we're going to have to find some players to cut here, and hopefully we just make the right call. I think I'm actually going to cut 3 players here instead of just 2, and I think Putasi, if I said that correctly, I apologize if I didn't, is probably one of the ways to go here. We have a rookie in Drew Coleman who's already better than him. And then as far as left tackle, we also have a rookie over here. So we've got depth, we've got starters. And unfortunately, he's just fallen down the list a little bit. We are going to take a small penalty for releasing him, but I do feel like that is one of the ways to go. Again, I think we're going to need to cut 3 players here because I'm not really feeling it with that other quarterback that we have there. And we're going to need to make a decision there. So I think what we're going to do is cut Morris. We might have to find another backup. He just wasn't a good fit. Didn't really like what we saw from him there. So we might just go with the veteran backup a bit more. The other decision is a tough one, but I think what we're going to have to do is go with Bernard Hart here. I don't want to. It's a tough call. All our wide receivers have been contributing. And while I really like his speed, where's he going to break the rotation at? A lot of people already want to see Justin Brown get more minutes. Williamson hasn't done anything to lose minutes. Shazier certainly hasn't. Morgan is slowing down a bit more, but Coley has actually had a really good preseason. He did get hurt. We're going to have to check in on him with that. I just don't know where else to go. Again, we've kind of gotten in a spot where it's difficult to make these kind of decisions. One other one could be Roby. He gets interceptions, but he hasn't really been great in coverage for us. More so, we've got more promising players who are delivering more already. Modrikas Taylor being one of them. He has been outstanding in the preseason, and somebody we definitely have to consider. Eduardo Ivory's been solid. He does kind of remind me of Roby a bit in the ways, oh gosh, they look the same. I hate when I have players that look the same. In the sense that he might get a big play here and there, but he does give up a lot in coverage every once in a while. Fleming could be another option here, depending on what we want to do with it. Let's see. He definitely, I like his catch, but is he really going to get time? That's what I'm wondering. Because even if we do have an injury to McKnight, I quite like Jamarian Walker here. He's a player that I'm really excited about. I know we've had him for a while, and he's a bit of a project player, and it's tough to develop him on the bench, but great backup to have. Definitely a playmaker. I just don't know if we're going to get much from Fleming in that regard. CJ Ayers has looked good in the preseason. I've been happy with him. And eventually, what we're probably going to have to do, unfortunately, is make a decision here and then trade the other one away. And not something I really want to do, but I'd rather do that before losing them in free agency, because we certainly can't sign them both to big extensions. We drafted them the same year. They both were outstanding players, clearly. I personally prefer Ramorius Culliver. He's a bit better in coverage. Not a whole lot better at this point. We've really worked with Jabbar Jordan on that, but is a bit better there. He's more of a playmaker as well. Tackling, they're about the same. Hit power a little bit more in Jabbar Jordan's favor, but this catch, 81 to 67, is a huge difference maker. He is also faster, and I like having that speed there. I do. So I think Jabbar Jordan, probably the guy I'd prefer trading away. What I might do, actually, no, do not cut him. I was thinking about maybe throwing him on the trade block just to see what offers we get. And go from there. I know a lot of people like Jabbar Jordan a bit more, though. Obviously, we don't want to cut any of them. Wide receivers, again, pretty happy with everybody here. I really am. Everybody's been contributing. Tight end, I don't really want to cut anybody there either. It's a tough decision. Ultimately, I think the way to go is probably Hart. We have too much depth here, and we already have depth in form of a backup. It's a tough decision to make, but I do feel like it's the right one. So best of luck to Hart. I really was excited about him, but that's the decision we're going to make there. So what we should probably do is still look for a backup quarterback. Somebody that might fit our team a bit better. I just wasn't feeling it with the last guy. It didn't work out. Wish him the best of luck, but we do need to find somebody else. And again, I'm cool just signing a veteran backup at this point. Who is somebody we would like here? Matt Scott, we've had him before. He's got some familiarity with the offense. That actually just might be the way to go. We just need a third string guy. He's not really going to play. He knows our playbook. Well, we changed our playbook, but he knows our offense. You know, he's played with these guys before. We've had him on this roster. Just a third guy to come in and take some snaps, worst case scenario. Make the defense better in practice. Stuff like that is what we need him for. All right, so what we should do here is check out the injury report. We got to look in on Colvin here. And it's a shame he's had such a great preseason. He is going to go down with an injury here. But what this does do is offer us a chance to get some more players involved. Again, we just talked about our depth over there. So, looking at it, Shazier will be backing up over here. And that will give Justin Brown some more snaps, which I'm actually not a huge fan of that. Only because I want Shazier playing more, obviously. The better option would be doing this. And then, I can't find him over there. Put Justin Brown as that backup spot. With it being the preseason, as a backup, he'd actually be getting quite a lot of time there. Of course. Actually, I was wrong. Let's keep it this way for now. So Justin Brown will be starting there. And then we will have him as the backup over here. Too. So he'll be playing pretty much the whole game as a starter for part of it, and then afterwards he'll come in and fill in here with the bench unit. So that's actually probably a better strategy. So we drop my phone so we can see a little bit more from him there. So that's what we're going to do. Last thing we need to do is check on the Falcons roster. Let's see what they are working with here. Last game of the preseason, guys. What are y'all thinking of this team so far? Let me know in the comments below. And just interesting decision. Going with Johnny Manziel, even though he's 5 overall rating points lower than a rookie Derek Parker. Now, what they might be doing is knowing Manziel's going to sub out after the first quarter so they can really get a lot of time into Parker. That would probably make more sense for them. DeMarco Murray going to be at running back with Terrence West there. At fullback, they have Howell. At wide receiver, Julio Jones still making it happen with T.Y. Hilton and Sealy Duncan there. At tight end, E.J. Lucas, 97 overall. And we talked about the Falcons and all of the big-time free agent acquisitions that they did get. So looking at their offensive line, again, just plenty of talent here. A lot of room to work with. Their quarterback situation is the big question mark. And you know, some of these players are a bit older. I know Julio Jones is getting up there in age at this point in his career. You know, we're 6 seasons in now. So his speed might be deteriorating. They really did a lot to improve their offense, but their defense just leaves a lot to be desired. Desmond Trufant being out with an injury does not help. And I expect this team to struggle. You know, they've got playmakers across the offense, but no quarterback, the most important position there. And then they don't have a defense to back them up either. So, interesting strategy. They did make a lot of big moves. I just don't know if it's going to pan out for them. We'll find out. But that is going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button if you did, and I will see you guys in week 4 as we take on the Atlanta Falcons. Later.